Hello everybody, BrioS here. With the developer and streamer hunt event concluded, I thought I'll share this build which I was using during part of the event with you guys. And this particular guy you see here, which most people consider pretty darn ugly, but I honestly kinda like the design a bit, kind of industrial look, is the 45-ton Innisfail battle bag, the Hellspawn. And this variant is the Hellspawn 8P. And before we go into the build for you guys, let me talk a bit about the Hellspawn. Firstly, Hellspawns are not popular at all, partially because they are ugly and people love beautiful things, but also it has weird hitboxes. I wouldn't say they're bad, but yeah, I suppose they are pretty bad. Easy to isolate. For example, these pods here are actually the left and right arm hitboxes, and they can be picked up pretty easily, along the right torso and the left torso. But on a positive note, being a 45-ton Innisfail battle mech, it has really good agility, and most people don't realize that. And it's plays pretty much like a slightly heavier assassin, so you can do assassin-like strats with this particular chases. And it also has, well, armor quirks to compensate for its weird hitboxes. For example, each arm, due to the protruding pods, have a 15-point armor quirk, very substantial, and this left torso actually has an 18-point armor quirk. So the left side is heavily quirked for armor, really good for exposing to the enemy and soaking fire, kinda like this. And on the left torso, just do take note there is a missile rack behind this bay door. So when you start the match, always open the missile bay door first. And yeah, let's get down to the build for this Hellspawn. So this Hellspawn, I actually like it quite a lot. I've been having quite a bit of a success in it. It actually runs 3 SRM6s for splat damage. That's 18 missile for 36 point of damage. And in the right torso, 2 energy hard points, so I'm putting 2 medium pulse lasers for pinpoint damage. Do take note, this particular variant has a 10% energy cooldown quirk, so these 2 pulse lasers fire really fast. As with most of my builds, this build runs pretty darn hot, but if you're running high on heat, redlining it, just fire the SRMs, because the medium pulse lasers are the one that generate lots of heat. So this is a high mobility splat build with the SRMs, and with medium pulse lasers, you got a bit of hit point damage, and at 400 over meters range, you can do minimal damage with the pulse lasers, but some damage is better than none. And in terms of speed and mobility, with an XL255 engine, it moves at 91.8, which is pretty decent, and it has 5 jump jets for increased mobility. So you can jump around, shoot people with SRMs, and once the component is open, you can target it with a medium pulse lasers. But yet again, remember, this is pretty darn hot. And with 4.5 tons of ammunition, or rather 5.5 tons of ammunition, it's quite sufficient. So you can actually drop the ammunition a bit for maybe another jump jet or maybe something else, I don't know. So anyway, do take note the right arm is offloaded in terms of armor because there's a 15-point armor quirk and there is nothing there. So let's get down to the skills now. So for this high mobility build, I'm going to put in lots into firepower, 39 SPs, getting all the missile node skill. That's 2 nodes of high explosive for additional crit damage, 2 nodes of missile rack for increased ammo capacity because the SRMs are its main weapons, and because they are its main weapons, 2 nodes of missile spread for a decreased spread of 5%. So at range, they are a bit tighter, and we all like it tight, as I like to say. And other skills on this include a 10.5% heat reduction, really important and really hot build. Cooldown of 6.75 is not important, but it helps. Range of 9% helps this short range build, and yeah. For survival is 0, relying on its speed and mobility to dodge and move quickly. 11 points of mobility. I would like to put 13 actually, but well, balance is important in life. So 10.5% XL, 14% decel, and at 18% turn rate. Interestingly enough, I've been putting more skills into jump jet trees nowadays for high mobility builds. So 3 SPs targeting 2 nodes of heat shielding. That decreases the heat generated from jumping by 12%. So we're gonna keep jumping and firing weapons. This is actually really useful heat shielding. As for operation, 13 SPs, kind of a weird configuration I'm trying because I'm getting 3 nodes of cool run for heat dissipation of 6% and 3 nodes of heat containment for, or rather 4 nodes of heat containment to increase the heat capacity by 12%. So yeah. As for sensors, this is a 100% radar deprivation build with the 5 nodes of radar deprivation from 16 SPs, allowing you to break locks instantly after you move behind cover. And that's the keys to survivability of this build. The armor quirks for pure taking of damage, and the 100% radar deprivation to break locks, and yeah, with that mobility of course. And for 9 SPs, I'm getting 2 strikes without the spread, no enhanced spotting, so it's a bit spreading, or that's broken grammar. The strikes actually spread out a bit, but that's fine. And 2 cool shots to dissipate that heat. So that's it. That's the Hellspawn 8P, very underrated skirmisher. This is an alternative to mechs like the Assassin and Vulcan if you're kind of bored with them. And it plays pretty darn well actually. So anyway, with that being said, let me show you some brutal gameplay with this Hellspawn. And if you've seen me on the battlefield you'll realize this is not a pushover mech. It's pretty darn good if you're the kind to play fast skirmishing mechs like the Assassin and Vulcan, like I said. So anyway, let's get on to the gameplay and let's show you some smashing with this Hellspawn 8P. So let's go. Here we are on the overly dark Caustic Valley for the very first showcase match. And by the way, the lighting levels of Caustic Valley you see right now, right here in front of you, is a mistake. That's because in the February 2021 patch, they actually changed the lighting on some maps by removing the time of day changes, and that's to increase FPS, and that's a good thing. But somehow PGI screwed up the lighting levels on Caustic Valley. But this will be remedied in a future patch, either the March or the April one, I can't remember. But anyway, in this particular match, do take note, I'm actually carrying a UAV for no particular reason. But you can actually use 2 cool shots, which is way better, as I shared in the skill tree. And also in this match, you'll see in Enemy Alpha Lands GSB, Geisha Boys, that's a returning unit. And it's always nice to see returning players. And that unit is from Japan. So very multinational, very international player base this game has. And also in this team, you'll see on my team, we have Commander Soliver Guns, who's actually a streamer, goes by the name of Blackwolfgamingau. The link to his channel is in the description below. But anyway, as you can see, we have already spotted a few mechs. I'm going to move forward using the jump capability of this mech to pop tart, do a bit of damage, and hopefully drop a strike. So let's get down to some combat right here. So popping a UAV allows me to see all these guys. Gonna drop a strike on India here. Yep. Got it out. Watch for the mini-map. They're all there, waiting for us. So enemy firing line is strong, but as they ball up, they take a strike. Quite a few hits. Pop tucking a bit and manage to drop a second strike. Hopefully they'll do some damage and disrupt their lines. 2 learn boats. 2 dyers. So enemy has 2 dire wolves, strangely. Orion out of position. Echo. So Echo is running straight into our lines. He's gonna die. Mistakes were made by him. Nobody's perfect. All this while I push forward on the right flank of the main force. Together this medium on my right. Finding targets like... they have a lot of assaults. Move slowly. Like the Annihilator. Lots of assaults. Took quite a bit of damage. Gonna trade a bit. Pop tarting to deal damage to the Brawler Mech Cat 2. Hotel, Ultraviolet, CT. Hotel is called out. CT is hurt. That's my first prey. Yep. There he is. Hotel's open, Ultraviolet. More Annihilators. Yep. Hotel first. He's barely hurt Hotel. I'm gonna try focus on him. Very dangerous because there are lots of assaults here. One mistake and I could go down. But team is being aggressive. And aggressive wins. And I got my first kill. Look at the number of assaults. 2 in front. And there's actually 1 behind me suddenly. Yeah, I didn't see him. Juliet's here suddenly. Oh, and it's Panzer Major, the space captain. I think it's really dark, so he has problems seeing, so it's kind of disorientated. And 5 LB10s, good build, but yeah, he goes down. Charlie, please. Hits me in the rear for quite a bit of damage. Really hot build, so right torso Charlie. So I overheated a bit. Time to focus on the second dire. Push in, guys. But Sneaky Links gets him. India right torso. Redlining this build, but using his speed and mobility to strike and fade away. Always have a few friendlies around you. 1 heavy in Delta 4. I'm pretty hurt. Probably the Sun Spider. I'm pretty hurt, so I'm gonna get these guys to... 6-2 guys, be aggressive. These guys to be my puck shields. Yep, Bravo Licks. So that's a Sun Spider, his lick is called. Bravo Sun Spider Licks in Echo 5. Didn't get it. Yeah, let's rush him. Didn't get it, but the pulse lasers... Salin, go get the Sun Spider. Offer some accuracy, my pulses. 8, or rather 6-3. We more or less have this. So let's see if I can get a few more kills. So you see the pulses offer something that this build kind of lacks, and that's accuracy, because the missiles don't have accuracy. they just spread damage everywhere. So 8-5 enemy is crawling back in terms of kills. Learned Trebuchet is dealing lots of damage, but that gives me an opportunity to sneak up, going by the right flank where there's more terrain. Gonna pop tart, protect my right torso which is already open. Mine's an XL build, so I don't really want to lose the side torso. And Alpha goes down. 2 targets here. One Nova tries to get me, but he's caught. Hit and shield. And one more blast. Yeah. Got him. Got him rather. Very nicely done. He's at Theta. So, Caldera guys, to the Caldera. Yeah, obviously I'm enjoying myself as you can see. So last one's a flea, no big surprise. So always predict where it's running rather than chasing it. So it's gonna go left. Pop-tatting and yeah, not enough juice. The lasers are really useful at this part of the match, where it's hard to hit the flea with missiles, but way easier with the pulse lasers. Oops. I'm shooting on my friends in this chase.
He's gonna try kill him and go forward.
So a bit of missile damage to him. He can still kill me by hitting my right torso, which is falling off. Look at that. Still alive. Really brave, really noble guy. Staying in a fight rather than running away. Fox 4. We will remember you, Fox 4. Nice and brutal. Thank you. So as you can see from this match, this is actually a very effective build. And even though my right arm blew off, my right torso is caught, and my right leg is also caught, I did take 316 damage without dying, dealing 868 in return, 3 kills, 7 components, and even 3 UAV detections for a very, well, good match for me to be honest. And if you look at this, that's 6 to 8 max score for me, and enemy had 400 tonners and we only had 1, but we still won. So that was a brutal match, and it does showcase the mobility and the firepower of this build, and also the flaws including its heat, and the right side is pretty darn weak. But from that darker map, we now move to the brightly lit, very cold Frozen City Classic. And this is a very brawly map, and it suits this build pretty nicely. But on the other side, we have a full 4-man drop from Aerie, led by Blood Eagle, their leader, so it's gonna be a tough fight. But do take note on this deployment, Charlie Land starts in Alpha for Bravo for low. So one of the key things is to escort them up, otherwise they will get pushed pretty darn early. So let's get down to finding Charlie Lands, escorting them and pushing the enemy and smashing some hits. Support Charlie Lands guys. Get the assaults together. So there's a Dragon, Scotch Vault, good player. Get the Dragon. Call targets. He tends to play fast, vicious heavies. He's way overextended right now. So knowing the build helps. The right arm of this dragon. Yeah, as I said, knowing the build helps. That Dragon 5N, 3 UAC2s, the Depth Dragon. All his weapons are in his right arm. So if you look at the minimap, they're trying to flank us from our left. Charlie is still there. They're going for our heavies, or rather our assault in Charlie Lands. I hit him. I knew he'll come around. So one summoner here, brawly build, but as he's engaged with our assaults, I'm going to come in, pop tart, support the assault mech. Drop the strike on the dragon. So lots of hit and run. Let's work on Charlie, whoever's with me. Oh, watch the assaults. Charlie 3. Strike does a few hits. Oh, the strike is a good strike. Yeah, it's pretty good. I got about 6 hits. Friendly Kodiak, Iron Shadow on your right. Slapner, India right torso. So 2 assaults there, engaging India, needs support. Calling on my target. That's Blood Eagle. Use a strike on Juliet. That's Slapner. No. Slapner's more dangerous, but his right torso is hurting. Oh, bad shot. So right torso open, trying to get it. That's Blood Eagle by the way. I got the torso. One more shot, and yeah, I got him. Death by SRMs. But now is this Corsair. Yeah, now is this Corsair. And everybody's pushing. And I'm stuck in the middle. Interesting build by the way. Oh. I'm stuck between people. Yeah, I'm surrounded by friendlies. Push over Kodiak. So very hot right now. Shooting at this locust running around.
Guys, are you crossing Charlie 3? Help in the back line.
Yep. Kodiak and friends back. So I'm actually running really hot. Vengeance, there's a flea in front of you.
Okay,
Actually, it's a
Charlie
locust.
4, there's a
But I'm gonna
god
chase the
sniper.
locust because that'll help me cool down. Using the pinpoint of the lasers to... That's why the pulses come in useful. Do damage. Gotta cool down though.
We're experiencing some losses.
There it is. Some splat got him. Gonna predict his movement. Yeah, there he is. Aim and yep. Oh! Oops! Down he goes. Got him with missiles. 5-4. Alpha Dragon, side torsos.
New target
This is a good build
acquired.
actually. It's just hot.
Target acquired.
Lima right torso, Thanatos. One more shot.
Target destroyed.
Oh, farming goes down.
Pushing. Target spot.
New
Target spotted.
target acquired.
Bravo 4 center.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Very hot though. Taking lots of hit damage. Don't walk into me, people.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Clean up the survivor.
New target acquired.
Don't walk in front of me.
Shut down.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Oh, don't wanna die.
Shut down.
Really pushing the line in terms of heat. Oh, yeah. Cost me the kill. I could have gotten the guy on my right. Really hot. So, 4 kills. Like I
Wow, that was
said,
good team.
this guy...
Yeah, I didn't play well. You guys saved my ass there. Good teamwork.
Well, it's teamwork. We saved that guy. So, 888 damage. Very auspicious number. 4 kills. 2 solo, 3 KMDD, 6 components, a bit of
I
UAV
wouldn't
stuff.
have done anywhere near as good as
Very
I did
decent
with
build
those,
this.
good
More,
teammates there.
more deadly than people would
Sometimes
expect.
getting shot
Medium
at, so they
pulses for
gotta
the pinpoint and SRMs for the
Yeah,
massive
just,
damage.
had lots of backup there.